Hello. What do you want? What? Oh, you're missing the greatest live of all time. Oh.
If you can just get your mind together.
Good hair dame, Celestine, queen of the star. Who is here? Get those comfy pajamas on. Settle in. It's raining. Nobody wants to see the greatest of all time perform, I guess. And, well, it's all right. I got the greatest guard. So, hey, dame, it's just you and I, two of the greatest of all time here. That's right. Let's send those resumes in, baby. Gotta send them in. Wednesday, yes, it's raining. Kind of chilly. We're getting through, it's half the week in the books. Oh my God. How comes half the week felt like 7 days to get fucking half to the week? Why did it feel like that? I love you. You know. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You have weeks that, man, it seems like 7 days. We didn't even get, we just got to Wednesday, man. Fuck. Oof. I'm doing all right. Pushing through the slog, you know. Like I said, some weeks are okay. Some weeks are, you're pushing through the mud. And, those weeks can be like really, really, you know how those weeks go. How are you, my love? How are you? More stuff about this, I don't know. Probably a good idea to get this guy's, just getting back to the case for a minute. It's probably good to get this. I'm thinking, I probably should get this guy's book. I should probably read it. Seems like there's some very interesting stuff in it. Yeah. Timelines and shit. Yeah, well, I think we'll look at a little bit of that, TNT, because she was covering some of the book and timelines, and I'm like, I don't know how much was actually uncovered there, because, well, I didn't read the book, but whatever. Cortisone shot. Cortisone. Which part is hurting? Back, knee? What part is hurting? Yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, they can have issue with him, but, they could sue him. If there's some issue with confidentiality, they could sue him, but, welcome. Okay, welcome, love. Welcome, Chrissy X. Oh, Chrissy X. Still don't understand why the X part there. I think you lie to me. Satire, welcome, satire. Lucky 7, by the way, Lucky 7. Book didn't come. Goddamn book. I should get it on Kindle Should get on Kindle and then put it on the screen here, and then we could read pages of the book together. That could be a 300 guys. That could be like a 200 video series. I could get the book on Kindle, put it on the computer here, and we could just read a couple pages like every fucking live. I could do that forever. That's funny. We should do that, actually. Yeah. We have like 650 lives of just you and I. I'll just read a few pages every fucking live. I'll be like, okay, until tomorrow. We'll go through 5 or 7 more pages. Yeah. That'd be funny, guys. We should do that. We'll call it the reading of the Whitcomb, Idaho 4 murder book. Yeah. Part 1, or series 1, and we'll have like series 622, the very end of it. And be like, oh, what did everybody make of this book? If we had to reflect back on the 622 parts that we did, which ones stand out to you? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Who we talking to? Who we doing? What are we doing? Write a book report. You could do that. Yeah, we should do that, though. Thank you, Bugsy Learns Karate. Thank you for supporting my idea on that one. Thank you. Welcome to the garden. Welcome to the garden, Bugsy. Bugsy Siegel. I know who you are. Anyway, quick break, loves. Oh, here we are. Welcome to the stage. This is the stage. Quick break, eh? I don't know. I don't know if I had an agenda tonight, guys. But anyway, we'll figure it out. BK will be released before we see that last episode. Be hopeful. Give him my last name. You did? You schooled yourself on metadata? How'd you do that? What are you talking about? That's good. I probably need something like that too, it sounds like. Or at least looking at my charts or something. I don't know. I didn't know what it was until you mentioned it. And what did I mention? Chrissy, what did I mention? I'll take credit for whatever you want me to. But what did what is it? No, I did not see that. I did not see that at TT Snap. Where the fuck? Where's that at? Is that in that book? That's crazy. No, I didn't see that shit. Where is that? Is that online? Is that in the book? Hey, we've been on it. Hey. How long have we been on the Dylan train? Ever since we started, baby. We've been on that Dylan train all the way to Georgia, baby. We rode that train all the way to Georgia. See. Oh yeah. Did I describe it like that? Oh yeah, I bet I did. I did. Yes, thank you. Well, sort of. Yes, thank you. Subliminals. No, thank you. Thank you. It kind of fits. I hope it fits. Supposed by Channel Carmen or something. Okay. Well, maybe we should check that out. Is it a recent video? Hey, maybe we'll check it. Why don't we look at it? Fuck it. Sounds interesting. Anything with Dylan that suggests like her being a psycho, that interests me. You know, I'm all for that. It just fits my fucking theory even more. But yeah, especially when she gets angry at you. Yeah. And she might have had a few. So, okay, well, I'm sorry. What is it? Fucking shit. Now I can't fucking think here. Now I have to open up another tab. Hang on. Shit. How many tabs I got? If you can guess the number of YouTube tabs I got open, you win money. You win a prize. All right. Well, we should do another contest. All right. Karmic Retribution. Okay. Come on. What is it again? Dylan something. This? What's this?
The new value feast is here at KFC. Stacked with
Oh, I'm fucking dead. That's hysterical.
Yeah, just rewind it. Just rewind it and start it from the video.
You can't. What? Oh, the what?
Yeah, because we can find that.
Okay, hold on. Rewind it to me. Okay, hold on. And then we're gonna.
I'm not sure what that is. Someone, I don't know what I'm looking for. Thing 42, yeah. Oh, you know, I know. I covered Thing 42. Got ripped off. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, fuck that. All right, where are we? Quick, but didn't I say quick break? Hishi? Don't be a hishi on me. Oh, I'll give you a big hug. Excuse me. She's talking to me, asshole, not you. She doesn't want a hug from you. She doesn't even like you. Nobody likes you, Master Nature. She wants a hug from Stanley. You're an idiot. You know that, Master Nature? You're a fucking idiot. You know that. Of course they want me. God damn, Master Nature. Oh my God. Ridiculous. He's ridiculous. God. All right, hang on. Fucking hell. Quick break. I'll put you in a... Well, what can I put you in? Yeah, let me put you in something. No, that ain't right. No, that ain't gonna work. Oh, yeah, I gotta put you on something here. No, that's just black. There you go. Look into the grayish pearl light. Okay. Last time I gave you red light. Okay, this is grayish sort of pearl. I love you. Hey, and if you happen to see some faces in that, don't blame me if you're playing games here. Actually, this is what we could do. We can do what are they called? IPVC. What are they called? What do they call those IP? What are those things? The interdimensional sort of video chats or some shit. I should do that. You should do that on. Look, I'm gonna go and smoke one. You should try that. Try some interdimensional fucking portal shit. All right, I love you. And report back the results. All right, I'll give you something to do. Hey, not all fun and games, you know.
Well, that's what I keep fucking telling them, Master Nature. My stupid daughter.
You sound like English Stanley.
Well, I am English Stanley, you fucking punter. Why are you such a punter? Oh my god.
All right. Any results? All right. How we do? Metadata. I don't even know. I don't know. Did I call it? I don't know. Meta something. It's meta something, I guess. Welcome, White Rabbit. You know, don't you ever get tired of running and being chased, White Rabbit? Do you ever get tired of being chased around the garden? Pulling us into rabbit holes. Ah. Bigger. Bigger. Well, now what the hell? All right, let's start with this. One of our favorites. It's about the book. I gotta get the book, guys. Gotta get the book. We'll get the Kindle version. And then we'll read like 5 pages a day. Be like, all right, let's get the fucking pot. And then we'll have a 600, like I said, we'll have a 600 episode series of just reading the book.
Before. The author of this book, Chris Whitcomb, a former FBI agent, was provided with things that the public hasn't seen. Tens of thousands of files and expert reports.
I want those timelines. I want to see those fucking timelines, guys. I really do.
Experts for Brian Koberger's defense team, who fully expected to go to trial,
Antoinette, baby.
Cooperated with Whitcomb.
Oh my God. Antoinette.
They were former FBI
I love
agent
you.
Chris Holland and criminologist Dr. Brett Turvey. In the book, Whitcomb questions the chain of custody regarding the K-bar knife sheath found next to Maddie Mogan's leg on her bed. DNA analysis revealed that Koberger's DNA was found on the leather
This could be
strap of
good
that
exposure,
sheath.
by the
Turvey
way.
claims to have discovered the potential issue with the
7.54
chain of
million
custody in the days
subscribers.
before the plea deal was announced. And Whitcomb says
That's
it
a
could
lot.
have resulted in the sheath being tossed out as evidence. Now, we don't know if that's true.
Oh,
Typically, an
okay.
issue like that is litigated far before a trial. Chris Whitcomb will explain this issue for you very shortly.
Okay,
The book
let's
also
rock
includes
and roll.
details about interviews with Brian Koberger's mother and father.
Hello,
after
mother.
Koberger's arrest. FBI agents interviewed
Hello,
Michael and Marianne
mother.
Koberger.
All right. Hello, mother.
Called Brian my angel. She told an FBI
Yeah,
agent
that's
that
true.
her son was not acting strangely when he came home for Christmas break in 2022.
Right?
She also said he wasn't dating anyone and didn't have many friends. It didn't sound like she knew about his troubles at WSU. Now,
Because mother. 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 Hang on, guys. You wanted the best. You got the best. I mean, that's all there is. You call slipstreaming away. Yes, indeed. Oh, no. Get those ads away from my ass. You just, oh, wait, hang on, love. Hang on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What if, though? What if?
Mrs. Bates.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Sorry, let's get back to the topic. Do you see what happens? Bugsy Malone? I'm sorry, Bugsy Leon? No. You know what, Bugsy, what is your name? Bugsy learns karate? You're forever going to be known now in the gone as Bugsy Leon. That's what I'm going to call you now, Bugsy Leon. And every time, I don't care, you don't have to change your name or nothing. But every time I see you in here, you're now going to be Bugsy Leone, okay? Good. Just want to say that. I know it makes no sense, but it will eventually. Okay. All right. You just got to give it time. Give it time. All right. What are we talking about? Dylan Bates. Dylan Bates. All right, quick break. We'll get back to. Oh my God! I think I like Anjanette, and I don't know. I think, guys, I moved on from Maisie to Anjanette here. I'm not sure what. How do I contact her? Do I just send her like a fucking like a box of chocolates or some shit? I don't know, Tyrone. What do you think? Oh my God, MD, you are. Hey, MD, did you you know we have to go to acceptance class again on Sunday? Do you remember that? We have to go to acceptance class on Sunday again? Do you remember that, MD? Yeah, I remember, Tyrone. Yeah, we have to go to acceptance class again, and, well, why do we have to go to acceptance class on Sunday, MD? Why is that, by the way? Well, because I look at things and, I sort of get things in my mind that are like, I guess they're not mine, and, oh yeah, that's good. Keep going, MD. That's good. Yeah, and, but then, like, then I get a call, and it's like Maisie, and she's like, MD, I want to have little corn pig. Oh my God, MD, we are never gonna get out of the acceptance fucking classes, MD. Ever. Never. I mean, you were doing good there for a few seconds, okay? Oh my God, boy. You are, MD, you gotta think about what you're saying and doing here. This person here, what do you think about her? What's the difference between you and her, fucking MD? I mean, think about it. Yeah, no, Tyrone, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I understand, okay? But nobody believes me when I tell them, these people or whatever they are, they somehow get my spirit phone number, and they're texting me shit. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it, and, yeah, right. MD, you fucking lying. There is no spirit fucking phone number up here. Not that I know you got no fucking cell phone. And how? And no, they ain't gonna somehow magically get no fucking spirit number. MD, you just, oh my God. You're worse. You're fucking worse now than you were 10 fucking years ago oh my God. You fucking worse now, MD. How is that possible? They called me, Tyrone. They called to me. Like Aunt Jeanette here. She calls to me. Look into my eyes, she says. I can't resist, Tyrone. I get sucked in really easily. Like really sucked in, and that's why I try to turn my attention away from that stuff and develop stumps that, that's been hung up in litigation for a little bit now, but I'm still gonna roll with it, guys. Stumps is coming. Don't forget, Stumps is coming. $5,000 deposit. And but that gets you room and board. 7 days of room and board on the place we're gonna take you to, and meals, of course. All the meals are covered. We don't cover any airfare though, so that you're gonna have to pay for that. Thanks, MD. Hey, why don't you take a break for a minute, all right? You're lot of interest. We almost had a breakthrough with you, and but I think it's time for you to rest. Okay. Yeah, Mrs. John. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mrs. John, I think she died, and the war is mine. I told you. You didn't believe me, but MD always prevails. Always. And I think this is the last chapter. And Mrs. John has finally, she had to concede to her injuries. And, well, I hope she had a nice, like, banana bread before she went. I hope somebody gave her a big fat piece of banana bread, stuck it in her mouth before she went, you know. That'd be a fitting end to her. And anyway, I win. The war is mine. I am now General MD. I am General MD, commander of all the armies, and I know it's a horrible. Oh, fuck you! It can't be. Oh my God! Do we have to do this again? For fuck's sake! Of course she rises from the dead. That's what she always do, MD. She always rises from the dead. Yeah, 4097. Right. All right. We'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. All right. But let me show you some shit. Fuck all this stuff. Let's show you. Listen. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, it's exposure. I think that's good. We'll watch the rest of this, but I just want to start with this, guys. Exposure is good. This is a very big YouTube channel. They have almost 7.5 million. Well, they do have 7.5 million subscribers to them. Lots of people subscribe. They watch. And so this is good exposure. It just depends on how Anjanette Levy is going to paint this picture. And so we shall see how she paints this picture of the book. And I don't know. That's what I'm looking for here. I haven't seen this yet, but whatever. I wanted to cover something a little different than, something else, but anyway, the point is I got to get the book. It seems like we should get the book, or at least I should get the book. And then yes, we should look at it. We should go over. I want the timelines. Got to get the timelines. Got to get all those fucking timelines in the phone. Absolutely important. If those are all accurate and true, then damn. That's cool. All right, quick break. Quick break, and then we return. MD has gone away, so I don't think he's going to be interference. Yeah, MD is. I'll tell you what, guys. MD, you think Stanley? You think Stanley's the one you gotta watch out for? Oh my God. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. back on this rainy Wednesday. Broadcasting live. Nancy Guthrie, are you here with us tonight? If you are, make a sound. Nancy? Oh, it must be Nancy. Hey, Nancy, what's going on with you? All right. What do you think's going on with me? All right. Thank you, Nancy. No, seriously, what? All right. Well, you asked me, you fucking prick. Sorry, Nancy. Seemed like to be in a bad mood tonight. Well, what do you think I am? Oh, you think I'd be in a happy fucking mood tonight? Oh, you're out of your fucking mind, aren't you? All right. Right? All right. Here we are, and Jeanette.
Now, those interviews are things that I have requested
Ooh.
from the FBI and Moscow police.
Oh, yeah?
And those requests have been denied.
Oh, well.
So I want to bring in the author of this
Hello.
book, Broken
Well, I'm
Free.
better than you.
He is a
All
former
right.
FBI agent. He's also worked in the
I have
intelligence
more
community.
connections than you,
Chris, thank you
Anjanette.
so much for coming on.
Sure appreciate talking to you. Thank you.
How did you get
Can I have your number?
in writing this
All right.
book
I love
about
you.
the Idaho case?
I had just finished, or I was finishing another book about another
Meta baby.
crime,
Meta baby.
person's crime from about 30 years ago.
We're talking about
I was
metadata.
having coffee with a former FBI colleague. We started talking about what we're doing, catching up, and he told me about this case. And I had not heard about it. I'd been buried in two books.
Two books.
For 2 years.
Damn.
And when I'm writing, I'm pretty much in the project. So he started
And
explaining
drinking a
to me,
lot.
I said, well, look, they made the arrest. It seems like the evidence is overwhelming.
Yes.
It's headed for trial. Why
I did it. I did it.
went on with what I was doing. Then he
Mama!
Take a look at this. And he started to show me things that he had seen that he was working on because he had access for various reasons. And I started to realize very quickly that
Welcome to the Hotel
I saw in
California.
the file did not match with the
Hey,
narrative that was being discussed pretty widely. It's a very
Chris McDonough was there.
sensationalized case. So that piqued my interest, and over time, over a couple weeks probably,
Yeah.
I saw more and more documents. I became more and more involved,
Right?
and eventually we ended up here.
What were the things that really stood out to you? Those things that you found most interesting?
Like the whole case. That was horrible. Putrid. Disgusting. And the whole thing, Anjanette. Seriously. Now I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I wonder what Chris McDonough's thinking. Man, Chris McDonough's thinking, man, this is the book that I should have put out, but I didn't, right? Or the other schmucks. I should have put out this kind of book. Because, A, it's a bestseller. It's extremely popular right now. Yeah. So I wonder if these other characters are like, damn, that's the angle? Yes, we should have looked at it from an objective point of view. Objective. That's all you had to do, really, to write a book like this. And now this person did that. Put it all together like that. Right? From a supposed objective lens. And this is the result. And I wonder if these other characters, I don't know how well the other books sold, but I don't remember it being this sort of, I don't know. Was it this hyped up? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's extremely popular right now.
The two things that I was introduced to first
Just
was
saying.
Paulette Sutton's report, which showed anomalies, as many people would call them anomalies, but things that stood out, because you have 3 discrete crime scenes within this house itself. It's a large house, 3 stories,
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
See, I love, and because this is what I believe. There are definite separate crime scenes within this house. Isolation here. Isolation is maybe not the best word to use for that, but there's definitely segments here. There's segments. So I've always agreed with that. These are contained, the crimes that happen here in this house, containment. That is the key word. And that's always been a great word to describe the murders here. They were contained. Yeah. So, anyway, I've always agreed with that thought and theory. Because, and when you hear this, you know, yes, that rings for me. Because, well, 3 crime scenes, depends on what he's saying. I mean, we definitely know of 2 separate crime scenes. The third one, depends how he wants to interpret that. He may put that as the living room or the kitchen, but I have a different opinion on that. But let's see what he says.
We all know the house. The bedroom on the 3rd floor looked like a traditional crime scene. The bedroom on the 2nd floor, Xana's bedroom, looked very, very similar. The characteristics, the blood spatter, the things that you would see in a homicide of this investigation, an investigation like this, homicide investigation. Mm-hmm. And then the common areas of the 2nd floor, how the killers got from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor, based on Paulette Sutton's report, eventually on Dr. Brent Turvey's report, and what I was seeing, it stood out as very, very different. The blood that was diluted with an unknown substance, many, many things that stood out as problematic. Then as I got looking into the details of the case, the knife sheath came up, and the knife sheath seemed to be problematic. From there, it became more and more compelling and led to an examination that turned into this book.
Let's talk about, let's break that down a little bit. Let's go back
and we can go out to dinner. I'll explain it all to you later. All right, baby. All right, baby. I love you.
Of the expert reports that have been released.
Hey, Anjanette. MD, why are you making me do this? Just do it. She's going to respond to you more than she... Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm doing this, Mrs. John. Why do I do this shit for people? Okay. Hey, baby. You know what? All right. Yeah, we need to talk about this case a little further here. So I'm going to be at the Washington fucking Hotel Pub and Grill. All right. I'm going to be there about 10 o'clock. All right. I'm going to have my fucking book with me. All right, baby. And I'll be sitting there drinking some fucking scotch. And I want you there by 10 o'clock, all right, baby? And, yeah, that's what I want. And so we talk a little later, all right? I'll see you there. You know where it is. You know what it is, Anjanette, all right? So, and look good, you know what I'm saying? Look good, all right, good. I mean, what you're wearing now is not bad, I'm just saying. But, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'll be sitting there with some scotch and my book and, well, whatever you want. I think they have lobster tonight, so we can eat some fucking lobster, too, if you want some fucking lobster. I don't give a shit. So anyway, okay, bye-bye. All right, yeah, 10 o'clock. Okay, let's see what happens. And thanks, Tyrone, for doing that for me. Do you think she'll show up at the bar, I guess? And yeah, she gonna show right on up, MD. Of course. Yeah, especially because she don't know. We didn't tell her what bar to go to or nothing. So yeah, she gonna show right fuck up. And I guess somehow you're gonna be sitting there with her and drinking fucking beer or scotch or whatever. Yeah, you let me know how that goes. Okay? Yeah, good job, MD. Anyway, I'll see you on Sunday at the fucking acceptance class again, motherfucker. All right. Sorry. Man, you guys are really not happy with each other right now. Okay. Oh, weird. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh my God. Welcome, Myla. Myla, 13 years. You're in Europe? Well, I love you. Welcome, Quantum Revolutionary. Brown paper bag. Smaller than myself. Post-labeled. Problematic. Yes. Very good. I like that. Welcome, Creamy Raw. Welcome, Creamy Rose. Welcome. I'm just scrolling to see who I missed. Ruby Ridge. Welcome from Europe, love. Welcome, Dame Anthis, Queen of the Mountain Garden. I did not forget you tonight. In my Moroccan space stupor, which you know how that goes. All right. Myla. Where have you been, Myla? Am I not 100% correct on... You said that. Of course, Dylan. It's always been... Anyway. At least a grand helper. A grand helper at the feast. Yes, indeed. All right, I'm going to give you this. It's Wednesday. Fucking Wednesday, guys. So I'm going to hit you with this shit. Yeah, this will get us through the rest of the week. All right, guys. Oh, yeah. This will be some, like, bunny juice. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be some fucking bunny juice. All right, here we go, baby. Oh, no, it's not. No, what the fuck? No, no. Come on, there's got to be. Oh, God, you're serious? Why is this so... Okay. Oh, damn. There's no lyrics to it. Yeah, well, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Peter Gunn? Is that Peter Gunn? Anyway, there you go. Isn't that Peter Gunn theme? I don't know. Yeah, hit with that on Wednesday. I hit you with that on Wednesday. Really? Sometimes it feels like that. Let me tell you. Yeah. And guess what? We're in the right century for it. So you got to give it that. Well, pretty close. Hey, you remember, this very simple little thing? Do you remember when we had people who acted like presidents? you remember that? Jesus Christ. Even if they were terrible presidents or not that great, well, guess what? At least they kept in the background of things. Jesus Christ. Have you ever had, you know what I'm saying? Look, you could be a terrible president. Okay, fine. But can you at least do it in the background? So I don't have to hear or see or read anything about you for like 6 fucking months? Can we at least achieve that? Really? God damn. I think this should be this is part of the presidency is this. You don't hear from me for like a long time. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of it. Like, yeah, I'll do fucking interviews here and there, but I'm not going to be in the news every fucking minute. Like, what the fuck? You have to have a lull, and this is a problem with what's going on here. You have to have a lull when it comes to politics. You have to have a lull. You can't have some fucking hot button issue trying to be presented every single fucking day of the year and not be fucking, wanting to tear the fucking house down. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that. And what we need is, well, there's a lot of things we need, but we need a lull where we don't hear about this person for like the next couple months. No matter how horrible things are, I think we just need a lull, right? We don't need to hear some political hot button fucking issue every fucking minute of the day going on. It's ridiculous. And that's what drives all this fucking stress and worry and whatever. That's what drives all that shit. And it's ridiculous. Look, the president, whoever the president is, right? There has to be a stipulation where you shut your fucking mouth. You know what I mean? Like you're not on fucking camera or some sort of soundbite or some sort of fucking social media every single fucking moment of the day. There has to be a rule, or a law maybe. I don't know. But goddamn, it's horrifying. I don't care whether it's not about whether you really believe in this fucking person or you don't. The simple fact of the matter is the behavior itself, regardless of what you think, is horrifying. It's horrifying behavior. Regardless of what you think about the politics, the behavior itself is horrifying. And then you throw on, by the way, this person happens to be the president of the United States on top of it. Well, yes, it's horrifying. Regardless of your politics, really. It doesn't matter. Your politics are irrelevant. I'm talking about just simple logic. Crazy. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's always been bizarre. This whole stretch of time, the past 10 years, has been fucking weird and bizarro. Yeah, of course. becomes less and less. Another problem with all this shit and mime and circus and fucking, fucking delusion, and all of it is that, it becomes less and less real. And I think that's on purpose. Becomes less and less real and more of like some sort of, I don't know, like some sort of expectant, like, comic book moment of some sort, something like that. Because the reality has been so stripped away that now it becomes sort of like this, I don't know, like comic bookish, thinking about it. It becomes like a comic book almost in a weird way. Not one-to-one like that, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's this kind of crap that's going on is so constant that it becomes that in the way you think and your interpretation of what's reality. It really does a number on that shit. It really does. It really does a number on these things. So the point is, we don't need to hear about this fucking person for the next 6 fucking months. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to hear one fucking word, one fucking social media fucking post. We don't want to hear anything. There should be a 6-month, vow of silence. Vow of fucking silence. Where we can filter you out of our fucking brains for once. See? That's what it should be, guys. There should be a vow of silence that this idiot takes for 6 months. You don't say a word. You don't talk. You don't post shit on social media. You don't do nothing. Nothing. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment here. Regardless of politics or what you fucking think about it. It's just shut your fucking mouth, would you? Just shut your mouth. That's really what it boils down to with this. Shut your fucking mouth. Why can't you shut your mouth? It's either on you're interviewing or you're fucking on social media, like writing your fucking ass off about whatever. It's like, why can't you shut up? Just shut up. Jesus Christ with this person. And look, that goes beyond, that is not political. Okay. That is not me picking a side here. That's just a normal, logical reaction to somebody who's president to just, can't he shut the fuck up for once? God damn. And because he can't shut the fuck up, he's in the news cycle every goddamn minute of the day because he doesn't shut up. That's the problem. God damn. I mean, it's just simple, realistic, logical, etiquette, okay, etiquette, common sense, non-megalomaniac. How's that? Non-megalomaniac. Christ. God damn. Shit, I'll tell you what, babies. I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, babies. And hang on, I'll tell you a story. Yeah, this is 1950. Oh, great. Just what they want to hear, Tyrone. Yeah, 1950. Yeah, oh, this is a good one, though, Masternature. They're going to like it. Oh, my God. Oh, the Foxies were out? Oh, holy shit. Good grief. Good grief, Charlie Brown.
Oh, damn. Why can't the man shut the fuck up? What's wrong with his brain?
God damn. Damn. God. I know what he is. I know what he is. I know what he is. But I'm not going to tell you. Not yet.
I know what he is.
No, politics aside. Politics aside. Loves. Yeah, love. Yeah, love. Yeah, they're right. Love. You remember that. You remember love. I should whip that shit on you on a Wednesday. God damn. And you didn't even ask me about how bingo went last night, ladies. Thank you very much. Yeah, don't even ask me on this stormy Wednesday. I'll tell you what, yeah, love. All right, here we go. What are we doing? Oh, yeah, we're back to this. Sorry, I'm going to grab a tequila with this guy. Hang on. I gotta cue the tequila up.
Released, and this is discussed also in your book.
That's right. That's right, baby.
Is it that they're unable to determine what the blood would have been diluted with? I'm kind of confused by that because I would think that a lab
bleach, ammonia,
maybe look for
water,
that to be able to tell, but is that just too CSI?
I think it's kind of CSI. It's amazing what technology can do.
Maybe not bleach. I don't know.
I do believe very strongly, and I talk about it in great depth in this book.
Water.
That the public thinks DNA analysis, and forensic testing.
I need water, baby.
Fluids, in this case, serum fluids. She brought up mucus and blood. It's very different than what many people think.
Right.
Lab reports were fairly straightforward. You go down, it's a continuum, right? So you take a sample from a crime scene, in this case, either blood samples or swabs of those, goes to a lab, and they test them for certain things. First, is it blood? Does it test positive for blood? If so, it could go type, it could go
all right, yeah.
various things.
Get to the point.
You end up with a microscopic DNA.
Get to the point.
hopefully be able to trap that specific sample to a specific person. So
Right,
along that
right.
continuum, things go wrong,
Right.
things become confusing.
Right.
Mixtures of blood can be particularly confusing. And in this case, trying to determine the chemical composition of something that would dilute blood from the blood itself, because you don't want to compromise the blood itself.
Yeah, baby.
So I think there are many chemicals, and I say I think because I'm not a chemist.
Wonder
I'm not a
boy.
chemist, but based on everything that I've read in the files, seems to indicate that if there were a chemical composition like bleach or like a Lysol type disinfectant, if that were the case, that may have left chemical, something that you could analyze chemically. In this case, there was no record of that, which might indicate that it was water, but no one ever said.
Water!
In a report,
I need water, baby.
said that
I
the
love
blood
you.
found-
Hey,
the blood
we always
found
right, baby.
in the common areas of the second
We
floor,
always
outside
right,
the third
baby.
floor bedroom and outside the
Everybody
second floor
rips
bedroom.
off Tyrone, by the way.
Almost
Don't forget
all-
that.
almost
Everybody
all
rips Tyrone off.
found to be diluted with an unknown substance. Her words, that's a quote. And that, of course, creates the immediate question, why? Why would
Everybody
blood
ripped me
stains
off.
or
You know that,
characteristics
Mrs. John? Everybody
of
ripped me
what
off.
one would expect to find in a
Seriously,
in a
go
scene
go
like that?
watch videos. They
And
always
why would
rip
they
me
find
off.
the second floor bedroom?
I came up with
Why?
most of these
It's a very
concepts,
large area down the hallway from the second floor
especially
bedroom,
the
down
Hobbit.
living room,
Especially the Hobbit.
table, moving up the staircase into the third floor bedroom. Why would those bloodstains, and they were prolific, there were a lot of bloodstains, why would those
I
look
am the
different? Why would they test
creator.
different? Why would they prove to be different in the characteristics? What happened that
You know what? Without me, you know what you're gonna see? Without me, you know what you see? You see an ugly fucking gorilla is what you see. I'll tell you what, without me, you know, you wanna fight an ugly fucking gorilla. You know, I am pretty, you know that. I'm pretty, you know that. And just because, I'm gonna show you how pretty I am. Because everybody ripped me off in some way. So I gonna show you how great I am. Oh, really? Really, Tyrone? Come on. Come on. We have to do this again. Yes, I gotta do it. You know, the garden, they're like, oh, we love you, Tyrone. Oh, yeah, we forgot us bingo night. How'd you do? Oh, did you win? Oh, that's so horrible. I feel so bad about you. Okay, but look. I gotta show you this shit.
Late nights.
If I can fucking cue it up without this. Oh, look. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't forget, honey. Don't forget, honey.
15 times I have told the clown what round he's going down, and this chump ain't no different.
That's right, baby.
He'll fall an eight to prove that I'm great, and if he keeps talking jive, I'm gonna cut it to 5.
Yeah, I am the greatest. Anyway. Sorry, guys. Is Mrs. John dead? We've outlasted her at last. At last. At last. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Oh my God. I couldn't believe how many there were of these things, actually. That's right.
Hello, my name is Ben.
Mrs. Shaw, be prepared. The war is now upon you again. This is what... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, okay. This is part 8 of part 9 of the last battle of the 100-year Butterface Battle War. This is part 8 of 9, the last battle. That's what this is. Here we go. Now the score is unfucking believable at that point. I think now it's it's MD 93. And, well, Mrs. John got like, and well, Elliot too, because they're double trouble there sometimes. So 4, or 2 ties or something. So this is the final. There's no way in God's green fucking earth that Mrs. John, nor Elliot, nor anybody else room for these people. Okay, they're ever gonna fucking win. But anyway, let's finish it off here.
At the beach. At the beach.
Oh my God. Oh, we seen this one. Oh, baby. Oh my fucking God. If that was my kid, guess what happened? Straight to the fucking bell tower. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Just say it, Master Nature. You know you want to say it.
Yeah, I like this side of you, asshole. Just say what you're thinking, you fucking moron.
Oh my God. You are bad, God. And you know that? Celestine, bad. Mrs. John, bad. Celestine again, bad. Chrissy X. Ferris, bad. God damn, y'all tots, you know that? Oh, Dame Anthus, bad. Dame Queen of the Bee, bad. You're all fucking tots. You know that? You're tots.
Well, I don't know what's going on here, Master Nature. You got a garden of tots. Okay, I mean, oh, Jesus. Hey, I'm not sure here. I did have one in 1872, but... and she was a tot, all right. Oh, my fucking God. I mean, you don't want 150 of them. Holy shit. What? Well, I'll tell you what. One is enough. You don't need more than one. Holy fucking balls, Master Nature.
That's right, man. Look, you know what we called them back then? We called them Trixies. We called them Trixie. Yeah, that's what happened. You call them fucking tots. That's weird. Well, I know they're sweet. So, like, you call them tots. Okay, I get it. We call them Trixie. We call them Trixies. Well, that's some interesting history there, old there, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't that there, Stanley? Some interesting history there. All right. I don't even know what I was going to say, though. You know what? The spirit guides sometimes block me from saying what I really want to say. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing I do have spirit guides, guys. They block my mind from saying something I probably shouldn't say. Okay. That's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Sometimes. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Yes, you're a fucking Trixie. Fucking hell. Alright, you're pissing me off even more. So guess what? I'm gonna throw something else at your fucking ass then. Eventually, but we have to get on to the topic. We have to get on to the topic. Why do you keep doing this to me? Why? Why?
University of Phoenix has...
Oh, brother. Well, that's fitting. All right, Aaron. We're right. No, this guy's interesting. We'll finish him off. Sorry, guys. I'm belaboring. Dylan. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I promised I'm going to sprint. I'm going to sprint to my door, back door, And I promise I will not look into any other rooms as I sprint to my door down the stairs. I will not look into any other bedroom. I promise. Okay. Oh, Dylan, I love you, Dylan. I love you, Dylan. Oh, wait a minute. I did take a quick peek into Xana's bedroom, and I don't know. She must have been passed out in her underwear or laying down face first on the floor. I don't know, but I was in mid-sprint, so I didn't see very much. But I just saw her laying face down on her floor. Didn't think anything about her, thought she was fucking drunk and passed out. Like Xana is, she's a fucking cokehead, don't you know? Right? She's a cokehead, don't you know? Anyway, whatever. In mid-sprint, I fuck off, Xana, bye-bye. I get down to my hobbit friend, and I don't remember what I said when I got to the hobbit hole. I don't remember what we talked about, really. Ha! No, we just sort of fell asleep. Yeah, right. Does that sound normal to you? God damn. I mean, that ain't even half the worst of it. That's nothing. That's not even close to what's bad here. Not even close to Dylan Mortensen, what's bad. That's just a drop in a bucket. Anyway, sorry guys. I forgot what I was going to do. Yeah, I'm going to sprint to my back door here, downstairs, avoiding nobody because I haven't been threatened by anybody, and I saw the suspect. I think I saw him, or I just intuitively understood that he left out the sliding back door. Right? So anyway, I got to sprint. Yeah. Always the prime. Come on now. We're the greatest of all time. Have I not said this? My God knows. Everybody doubts. Everybody doubts. She is co-prime. Co-prime at least. You could have defended this case too. You could defend this case so goddamn easily. I don't understand this. Unless they had some... I do not understand. Unless, for some fucking reason, of which we don't know about yet, there is some piece of evidence that has not been disclosed or has not been revealed or released or whatever. There has to be some... That's the only other thing I can think about here, guys. There has to be more. Because it doesn't make sense The case is weak. So it's like, I don't know. Let's carry on. We'll get back to what we were talking. We will get back to the other stuff later. But let's carry on with this. This is interesting. This is interesting, guys. Yeah.
That altered the chemical composition, the physical characteristics of those blood stains. And that had not been addressed, but it presents, at least in my estimation,
Water.
And other law enforcement people I talked to, really significant questions. And then we went from there.
Yeah, I mean, if it had been something like bleach, I mean, I
smell it.
know enough. I've covered enough cases to know that that just kills DNA.
You smell it, though. You could smell it.
It's done. So, that is very interesting, and it would have been interesting to see how.
Did you smell it?
Would have answered those questions.
Smell the glove.
Let's move
on.
Well,
we know that. If you want to go into that, we know the answer to that.
Okay,
smell the glove.
Then tell me.
Smell the glove.
Sutton did her report toward the end of the investigation.
Smell the glove, Anjanette.
The trial date had been set. This report was designed and
I gotta send her back to bitch school, guys.
To the jury, look at these photographs. Look at this analysis by a forensic analyst, Paulette Sutton. And then Dr. Turvey came and analyzed it, and they went back and forth. But she's very specific. The physical, the visual, and the chemical composition of those stains found on the second floor were different. How they got there is pretty straightforward. What happened to them after they got there or during the process, that is up for debate to this day.
Let's move on now to the sheath.
I love you. Hey, Anjanette.
As close as you're going to get.
10 o'clock, okay, baby?
Smoking gun in this case.
Smoking gun.
Without the sheath, in my opinion,
you're smoking gun.
There's no probable cause for Brian Kohberger's arrest. I don't care how many white vehicle identifications you have. I mean, that is the probable cause in this case. So, what are the issues that you and these defense experts, the reports that you've been provided, what are these chain of custody issues that you raise? I read in the book that you talk about how Talbot, the one.
Well, listen, baby. I'm down here at the fucking Florida Keys. I'll tell you what. Come on fucking down here. Look, I know what you're trying to do, honey. You're getting flustered. You're thinking, man, I want to be in the tequila sunrise down here. All right. No, sorry. I love you. Welcome, Seattle Rain. The Trixies.
He says.
Well, I love you.
In one report, he found it on the floor, but then,
Oh, by the way, I just got to acknowledge this. Tyrone, listen, Tyrone is trying to read email, and I'm sorry, I'm slow on email, so just saying, Tyrone a little slow, and I'm reading and trying to read, and it's all right. Just letting you know. All right, maybe that's why you all tricks is. All right, yeah, that could explain it actually. That's why you tricks it, because you're pissed off at Tyrone and for not responding and shit. Be like, well, I love you too, and stuff like that. Well, Paris sounds good to me, baby. All right, anyway, it's good.
Being at the scene and collecting that, but there, it sounds like there's more to it, in your opinion, than that. So explain to me what you think these chain of custody issues are.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of them.
I'll point out that you talked to Dr. Turvey, I believe, or you were going to talk to Dr. Turvey. He was brought in to look specifically at that knife sheath. What stood out to him initially was the placement of the sheath in the bed relative to blood spatter, and he looked at transference and various things like that. The first thing that I saw when I started to look into it was
that's the placement of it?
My access to non-disclosed documents. The Idaho State Police.
Is that really the placement of the knife sheath? Holy shit.
The crime scene. Officer Nunez does an affidavit which led to a search warrant. The search warrant led to an Idaho State
That's
Police
pretty weird.
Unit that came in and processed the crime scene. They had a standardized form which has a place to handwrite in details as you collect evidence. On item number 14, which I believe was the second page of the report, the Idaho State Police hand wrote, I can't remember if it was a pencil or a pen, I think it was a pen, but it wrote item number 14, which was the knife sheath. So it says knife sheath found on floor next to victim number 3. So the first thing I thought of, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he meant to write found next to the victim on floor number 3. However, on the next line, or the line after that, he specifically states that Maddie Mogen, where the knife was found under her thigh, he identifies her as victim number 3. So let's just say that there's no conspiracy here whatsoever. Let's just say that's what he wrote, contemporaneous with picking up the knife sheath.
Hang on.
The Idaho State Police hand wrote, I can't remember if it was a pencil or a pen, I think it was a pen, but it wrote item number 14, which was the knife sheath. So it says knife sheath found on floor next to victim number 3. So the first thing I thought of, let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he meant to write found next to the victim on floor number 3. However, on the next line, or the line after that, he specifically states that Maddie Mogen, where the knife was found under her thigh, he identifies her as victim number 3. So let's just say that there's no conspiracy here whatsoever. Let's just say that's what he wrote, contemporaneous with picking up the knife sheath, and he says it was found on the floor. Why is that a problem in any way? Who cares where it was found? That's a problem because by the time he wrote his typed formal report of the collection of the evidence, it was submitted, I think it was December 6th. It was about 3 weeks later, roughly 3 weeks later. Now, it's in that report, it is suddenly found in the bed. And it becomes a different issue because of the body cam from Officer Nunez when he goes into the bedroom and films Officer Warner directly proximal to where the knife would have been, meaning his thigh was very close to it, and that he did not mention it in his report, nor did Officer Nunez. So you start a path of questions about that sheath. Why is it important, as you just asked? Because that is, I agree with you, it's not the white car, it's not the cell tower dumps, it is that knife sheath that becomes the critical piece of evidence because it contained DNA, and we go from there. Now, getting specifically to chain of custody, many people outside law enforcement or the legal community would say, who cares? Who cares about a chain of custody? You care for this reason, and they teach this at academies from the beginning. When an officer picks up a piece of evidence, places it in a bag, and it goes to a laboratory, the defendant and the defense on his or her behalf want to be able to prove that that was not compromised somewhere along the way. In this case, that knife went into a bag. The bag was sealed, and it was signed. It went from there to the Idaho State Police Lab. This is all in reports. There's nothing unusual about this. However, it did not have affixed to it a chain of custody form. It was a bag. It had a barcode at the bottom, and the Idaho State, or excuse me, the law enforcement has said various things about that, but it had no chain of custody. Later, it suddenly ended up with 2 forms which were handwritten chain of custody, saying it went from officer so-and-so to officer so-and-so to the lab, to the evidence room, and eventually to the laboratory. If you look at those photographs, they appear to most people, including myself, to be written in the same pen, a black marker, and in one handwriting. Why would that be a problem? Because it is falsification of the record. And my point in all of this is, if I were the defense attorney, Ann Taylor, or any other defense attorney, the first thing I would challenge in a court of law is the provenance of that knife sheath from the crime scene to the time it gets to the FBI laboratory. And that's a fairly significant path. So the next question I've heard people come up with, and they say, well, why didn't Ann Taylor bring it up prior to trial and make it an issue? And the answer, and it's a very, very compelling answer, is that she did not know it. This was not found until the team found the chain of custody anomaly. They presented it to Dr. Brent Turvey, and that ended up being presented because he was there to look at the provenance of the knife sheath. He presented it to Ann Taylor. However, and everybody needs to know this because I know many people talk about it, Ann Taylor did not see this trouble with the chain of custody until I think 4 days, specifically 4 days before Brian Koberger took a change of plea. So she did not challenge it because she did not know about it until just before he changed his plea.
But I guess my question would be, if she is notified that there's this chain of custody issue and that, oh my God, you could go back and get the entire case. I mean, maybe not the entire case, because that if that could have been litigated, why didn't she go back to the court and say, hold the phone, we've discussed, or we've discovered that there's a major potential chain of custody issue here, and we need to file a motion to suppress this knife sheath because we believe that there is some type of, and we think we have the evidence to show in good faith that there was a chain of custody issue here, and we're going to file this motion. Why? Because the plea deal was in the works and they wanted to wrap it up and move on?
First of all, that's an excellent question, and thank you for talking this out, because in writing a 430-page book based on hundreds of thousands of bits of data, this is one. I mean, you're talking about a small number of pages in this book. A lot of people don't understand it, and nobody's asked questions in the meaningful way that you have. But I would say two things. One, you'd have to ask Ann Taylor, number one. Number two, I think it's very obvious. Dr. Turvey, I talked to Dr. Turvey in putting this book together, but I talked to 3 other sources who were involved in law enforcement or on the defense side. So I'm not just getting all this information from him. But I think what rises as the answer to your question is that this didn't happen in a vacuum. Brian Koberger did not change his plea. He woke up and walked into her office and said, I'm going to change and plead guilty. The days leading up to this are shrouded in mystery. Nobody knows when the deal was made. Nobody knows how it was made. And I say deal for this reason. It was a death penalty prosecution that right up to the scheduled day of trial was supposed to be that. The obvious change was Brian Koberger pled to 4 counts of murder with life imprisonment. So it took the death penalty off the table. In something of that consequence, it is reasonable to believe that there was a lot going on between the defense and the prosecution. We know the mitigation team was on the defense side was involved. So what I'm saying is, to me, the obvious answer to your question is there was so much going on. Ann Taylor had lost almost every single motion in limine.
She lost everything.
She lost everything. She lost everything. So it is plausible for me to believe that at the end, 4 days away from going to trial, or very, very briefly before trial, she probably looked at it and said what many people said: who cares about a chain of custody issue? I say I disagree wholeheartedly. If I had ever taken a case to an assistant United States attorney as an FBI agent building a case, I would have been laughed at. I would have had serious questions, probably disciplinary issues, if I had presented evidence with these issues. Now, why did that not come to trial? Because she didn't know about it till the end. I can say that unequivocally. Why she made that decision, I don't know, but it seems plausible at that point that she'd lost at every single solitary turn, and she had been presented with an offer, and she was in the process of working that out. Do I know that specifically? No. But do I know that it was presented at the end? People say, why didn't she make this a point in the case? I do know that. Yes, I do know that.
So Brian Koberger, on July 2nd, 2025, walks into court, and there's a statement of facts laid out. You write about it in your book. And they ask him if he's guilty, if he broke into the house with the intent to commit the crime of murder. And he says yes 4 times.
He also said guilty 4 times. I mean, Judge Hippler went over this again and again and again.
So he's basically saying, like, you got me. I mean, I was in the courtroom. I watched him. I sat there.
He said guilty. It was unequivocal. He said yes, and he was guilty, yes.
Yes, he said it. And I remember as Bill Thompson was reading the statement of facts, I literally had a bird's eye view of Brian Koberger, and he sat there, he just stared at Bill Thompson the entire time. I don't think he blinked, maybe twice the entire time. And he was listening intently to everything that Bill Thompson said. It was almost as if, in my view, it was like he was listening to see if he got it right, and if it was all correct. And so you've seen far more than the rest of us have. Do you believe that Brian Koberger committed these crimes factually, from a factual perspective?
I think you've read the book, right? You've read the book, or at least a lot of the book.
I've read much of the book.
Okay, in all of it, in every single page of the book, I've said two things unequivocally. I don't have an opinion. I don't have a theory. I don't speculate. I say this is the evidence. This is what occurred. And the very first pages of the book are that hearing. The book
But
says
you were an FBI agent for years.
Right. But I can't. Okay, if I come out and say what I think, immediately I corrupt everything that I've said in the book, because it's not about what I think. My job here, as I perceive it, was not to say this is a wrongful conviction. I do not shill for the defense. I do not say I'm a former cop, therefore I'm all law enforcement. What I say is I, Chris Wickham, stipulate, as the lawyers would say, to the fact that he pleaded guilty, and I agree with every word that you've just said. But in the criminal justice system today, do people always plead guilty to things because they're guilty? One might argue that sometimes they do it to make a deal. The plea deal permeates every law enforcement television show, every book, everything you've ever seen in your life, because people take deals all the time. I'm not here to argue why Bryan Kohberger did it or did not take the plea. And I will say that I have great respect for the fact that you were there, and I value your opinion, what you saw. I was not there when he said those things. But we all know, and we have all talked about in great detail, Bryan Kohberger's social, I don't know, it's not a diagnosis, but the things, let me just say this to frame it. Ann Taylor filed a motion in limine and had to get Bill Thompson to agree in a hearing before Judge Hippler that the prosecution would not refer to him in court as a psychopath, right? That is court record. So there was a perception among you and me and various other people that he acted very oddly when he showed up in his interviews, the traffic stops, everything else. And I think that a person looking objectively would have to say, I don't know what's going on in Bryan Kohberger's head. He's a very, very odd guy. So looking behaviorally at a crime is important, and I agree with you. Looking behaviorally at him is very important. But if you're going to do that, you have to look at Bryan Kohberger and say, there's a behavioral characteristic of the crimes themselves, what happened to each of the victims. So is it valid? Yes, your points are very valid. Do I say that Bryan Kohberger did or did not do it? No, I do not, nor do I have an opinion for this book or talking to you. Do I see overwhelming issues with this case writ large that nobody has seen or talked about? Yes, I do. And I'll say this too. I'm the first one that put this together and came out with something. But I will tell you unequivocally, there are books and other projects coming out in the not distant future that will look at other aspects of this case. And I think I'm the first lightning rod that takes, that people talk about. But there are others coming. This is not over. This is the beginning.
Do you think that this is the last that we've heard of Bryan Kohberger? As you know, plea bargain.
He knows his place. Gotta say that he's self-aware. Self-aware.
It did not include him allocuting. He didn't have to offer. He didn't have to give anything.
Nothing. Nothing.
He didn't have to offer any corroborating information, which stuns me because I interviewed Bill Thompson and I said, you didn't even get a proffer from him.
Nothing.
Like you didn't get anything.
Nor was it required. Nor was there any stipulation. I've seen all the talk.
That's correct.
You can't mandate it. And I would say yes.
Remember that? Talked about that a while back.
You can't take an Alfred plea in this case. You can't do certain things. And one of those things is a condition of a plea agreement could have included allocation. That's certainly an option.
Yeah.
They could have said, we'll take death off the table, but you need to sit down. He needs to sit down with us, Ann Taylor. And we need some corroborating information. It could have been as simple as that. Where did he put the knife? So anything. Where are the clothes? Did he bury the clothes? Because we know about the shovel and
just explain the weapons. I mean, we've never found the blunt force trauma inflicted on Kaylee. Nobody even talks about the fact that something used to attack her was taken out of the house. Nobody's even ever mentioned that. It's seldom mentioned.
I've talked to people. I talked to somebody an expert who said it could have been as easy as using the K-bar with a fist.
That some of them is possible. Yes, some of that is possible. But it was not part of the dialogue.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there are a number of explanations for that. Those horrific injuries. But I guess my point is, I am not convinced that we've heard the end of Brian Kohberger. I've been saying that for a while. I don't know if there's a habeas petition possibly in the works, depending on the outcome of the Dateline leak investigation. And we don't know really what's going on with that. But I'm just saying to you, I'm not sure. It just seemed all just a little bit too tidy. And I'm not sure anything in life is really ever that tidy.
I can only say thank you, because I've talked to so many people, and many of them were during the last week, talking in podcasts and things like this, I've talked to so many bright people that have been very involved in this case for 3.5 years. And I'm talking about attorneys. I'm talking about people retired from law enforcement. I've talked about podcasters who follow this, other journalists who follow it. You were the very first person that I've talked to that had meaningful representations of fact in the context of how criminal justice works. And I'm grateful for you bringing that sense and perspective. Ask questions. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I think it's critically important that we ask questions, and you're the first person I've spoken with that asked those intelligent questions, and I'm grateful.
Well, so do you know the answer?
I know the answer to a lot of these questions. I do. I listen.
Are you going to tell? So, okay, answer my question. Are we going to hear more? Is more coming from Brian?
Place, I'm not gonna curse in your show, but my emotion would shine through, and insert anything before yes, right? Insert an adjective before yes. I believe, based on what I know about other people that are working on other angles of this case, right? And one might speculate who those people are. There are a lot of experts, and there was a lot of outrage. There was a lot of outrage in this case by people who worked really hard trying to find answers, who believed passionately in his defense, or believed in the veracity of the prosecution's use of the evidence as it was gathered. And many of those people came to me. I didn't get all this from one person. I got it from different people that I respected, that I verified and validated. And those people are not done. Those people are not done. This is a book that brings us up to this point in time. There's more coming. I'm the beginning. I'm not the end of this.
So there are people associated with Brian Kohberger's defense team who are still working to try to uncover what they believe was a miscarriage of justice. They don't believe he's guilty.
Correct. Yes.
And so do you know if the lawyers are part of that?
I do not know that. That's another great question. I wish I'd talked to you a long time ago, but the answer is I don't know. I have no idea what Ann Taylor and her legal staff are doing, planning, anticipate, whatever. I have zero insight into that in any way. I would only trust that Ann Taylor is a ward of Brian Kohberger's best interest, and she's looking at various options. But that's just my speculation based on the fact that she's a professional attorney.
Dr. Turvey had said, I haven't seen his report. I've only seen what you
wrote.
That's
right. All right, hang on.
The disclosure information that came out.
We should probably go back and look at that. Anyway, quick break. We'll wrap it up. Well, how long we going? Yeah, wrap it up. Well, 2 hours, got it. No, we should probably... Let me back that up. Yeah, I want to hear that. Sorry, we'll take a quick break. I want to hear the answer again. It's a little contradictory. So it's, I don't know. We answer with a very, definitive yes. And then when we start asking about Ann Taylor, then it's like, well, it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure. All right, I want to hear that again. Maybe I'm not going to buy the book. I'm not quite sure. Probably should. If it has timelines in it that are accurate, I should probably buy the book. I'm not quite sure if he's, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I'll take a quick break, guys. Take a quick break, guys. A bit of a cat and mouse sort of thing. You know, it's a bit of a cat and mouse sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I gotta be kind of coy with you, and even though I know more information, you know, right? And do you know more information than you're saying? Well, yes, of course I do. Like blah blah blah. That cat and mouse sort of bullshit. Cat and mouse. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's finish this character up. Let's finish this turkey up. Turkey. Finish this turkey. Turkey. Oh, wait. Mrs. John. The battle pays off, Mrs. John. Oh, my God. Here we go.
What the hell?
There we go. Oh, there you love it. Oh, my God. I love that one. All right, Mrs. John.
Hello, my name is Ben.
Miss John, you dead? Did we kill you, Mrs. John? Did we kill you?
Huh?
All right. Mrs. John. Mrs. John. Oh my fucking God. The Tower of fucking London. Oh my fucking God. Tower of London for that one. Oh. Definitely Tower of London for that one. What are they drinking there, by the way? It looks like fucking brown water. Anyway. Damn. All right. Mrs. Jaw, wait a minute, Miss Jaw. Yeah, baby. All right, here we go. Oh, we saw this one before. That's the bro professional. Oh my.
Hey, baby.
Oh my God.
Ice cream.
Oh my God. Oh my. Mrs. Jaw. All right. Mrs. Jaw. Now, Mrs. Jaw. Now, now, when you had these characters on your bus that you were driving, did you? Excuse me. I'm coughing a lot. Did you ever like get the urge to like? Do you ever get the urge to let's say it's like snowing. It's snowy outside, right? And you know the roads are kind of fucking icy and shit. Do you ever get the urge to, when you're taking a bus full of those fucking, like, to the bell tower, right? To the fucking Tower of London? You ever get the urge to just like, okay, well, I'm going to slip on out of this bus here for a second. I'm going to let the bus roll on right off the fucking cliff. Ha! That's what I would probably fucking do. I say, well, I don't know. I think that the roads were icy. I lost control of the bus. I don't know. I fell out of the bus. And yeah, they all went over the fucking cliff. Yeah, I'd probably get a medal. I should get a medal for that, actually. Well, we were taking them to the Tower of London. I spared them. I saved them. The war's not over. The war ends this... What day is it? This war ends this Friday. The war ends this Friday, Mrs. John. It's all over Friday. We have one day of respite to say our goodbyes to our wives and husbands and children and fucking goats, chickens, and sometimes fucking cows, and I don't know, fucking roosters, I guess. And anyway, we'll say our goodbyes. I'll give you this. You know I'm the greatest. I have the #1 Spirit Realm radio station up here. SRR #1. You don't need no other drug, baby. Baby, you don't need no other drug.
So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back.
Yeah. Oh, my. All right, mister. We shall see you again someday soon. Down in Florida drinking some fucking tequila sunrises.
So there are people associated with Brian
Oh,
Koberger's
baby.
defense team
Oh,
who are
Antoinette.
still working to try to uncover what they
Right.
I'm not the end of this.
So there are people
Now, this is what I want to understand here. What Miss Antoinette is saying. And let's watch. Because then, do I dip on out of the question?
associated with Brian Koberger's defense
So, are there people associated with Brian Koberger's defense team
who are still working to try to uncover what they believe was a miscarriage of justice. They don't believe he's guilty.
Right? Defense team, still people working for his defense team that they believe this was a miscarriage of justice, and they don't believe he's guilty as part of his defense team. Let's see what Mr. Tequila says here.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Correct, yes. Okay, good.
And so, do you know if the lawyers are part of that?
I do not know that. That's another.
Oh my God. Do you understand? That's a terrible answer. Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off, eh? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll pick this up tomorrow. The war ends Friday, though. The war ends Friday! Yeah. Man. God damn you. God damn you all. Gee. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Do I have to be fair? Do I have to be fair? Maybe. Alright, let's listen to it again. Just so I can throw my phone down. Members of his defense team that are still working here, they believe he's innocent. This was a miscarriage of justice, right?
There are people
Right.
associated with Brian Koberger's defense team who are still working to try to uncover what they believe was a miscarriage of justice. They don't believe he's guilty.
Correct. Yes.
Right? Okay.
And so,
Right.
Do you know if the lawyers are part of that?
I do not know that. That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
But the answer is, I don't know. I have no idea what Ann Taylor and her legal staff are doing, planning, anticipate, whatever. I have zero insight into that in any way. I would only trust that Ann Taylor is a ward of Brian Koberger's best interest, and she's looking at various options. But that's just my speculation based on the fact that she's a professional attorney.
Dr. Turvey had said...
All right, guys, I love you. Then I don't know who we're talking about. What other people in his defense team? What other defense team? Who are these people in his defense team that we're talking about? And then when she asks him, well, are we talking about his lawyers, his defense lawyers? He says, oh no, I have no idea about that. Well, then who the fuck are you talking about? When you say, yes, defense team, yeah, there are people on his defense team, which implies they're lawyers, right? It implies that these people are probably lawyers. At least that wouldn't imply. But then you say, well, no, I have no idea if his lawyers are working on this or not. Well, then what are you talking about? You fucking schmuck. You schmuck. This is what I'm talking about. Schmuck. I don't like that answer. You're a schmuck. That's a schmuck answer, man. Schmuck answer. Yeah, I am the greatest. That's a bad answer, my friends. You can't say, yes, people on his defense team are still working on this case. They believe he's innocent. They believe this was a miscarriage of justice. And then the minute you bring up the word lawyer, then you're not sure at all. You don't know that. You don't know if there's a lawyer involved or not. Because the minute Ann Jeanette says lawyer, he says no. What? No, I don't know that. Right? You got to be careful here with people like this. This is a good lesson to learn. You got to be careful with people like this. Yeah. Hey, and that's a good lesson for me as well, because there are a million snake oil salesmen out there, a million. And I'll tell you what, some are better than others. So we have to still think for ourselves and discern things for ourselves, regardless of whatever. That is what it is, baby. So regardless of whatever, if this is and I didn't buy the book. So I could buy the book, and I'm still thinking about buying the book, okay, for certain timelines. But those types of answers, though, I got to be careful. I have to be careful with those types of answers because, yeah, man, that's not, you can't be mixing messages like that. You know, you're giving off a very mixed message because what people think you are implying is our lawyers. When you say defense team, I think lawyers, like any rational person would. Okay, but then when we ask you about lawyers being involved, then you have no idea, right? They say, no, I don't know that. I don't know what Ann Taylor's team, I don't know what they're doing. So that's his response to that question. And they know you're schmuck. See, we gotta be careful here because that's not a good answer at all. No. You are talking out now what you're doing is you're talking out of both sides of your fucking mouth now. That's what you're doing. You're talking out of both sides of your fucking mouth, and it doesn't work. When we are the greatest of all time. We are. Truly. We are. We heal all ailments, baby. All ailments disappear in the garden. No ailments here whatsoever. None. It's forbidden. That is correct. All right, quick break. We wrap it up, and then we meet again on the battlefield very soon. Of course. It's the war to end our wars. Friday, the Civil War ends. What, Civil War? Yes, the Civil War. You're a moron as well. Masternature. Oh, my God. All right, guys. We will wrap it up. We're gonna rip it up. I know that. We're gonna rip it up and we're gonna wrap it up, low. Yeah. Oh, another great one, Master Nature. Boy, you really know how to put on a show, don't you? Hey, do you think you could sell our toothpaste? I use Uncle Barley's toothpaste every day of my life. My teeth have never looked better. They're white, they're shining purple gold. You've got to try it. Actually, I'd be the greatest sponsor in the world. Actually, hey, you got a product, man? I will definitely fucking promote it for you. If I like it. Yeah, I'd be the greatest fucking promoter in the world. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, if you don't drink this fucking, this energy drink, well, I'm gonna have to come down there and fucking find you. And I'm gonna ask you, why the fuck aren't you drinking it? See? Yeah, that kind of promotion. I love you. People would drink that shit up. And not because Stanley, well, I probably would. But not because of that, because they love Stanley, you know. See? Everybody loves Stanley, so of course you're gonna drink your energy drink if it has my fucking name on it. And it's gonna say something like this, because Stanley told you to, or else. See, and then you're gonna drink your energy drink because then you think Stanley, me, is actually gonna come down there and fucking confront you in a dark fucking alley somewhere. Why the fuck you ain't drinking it? So I want you to really consider that, advertisers out there. I love you. All right.
Yeah, think about it. Why'd you do it? Well, Stanley told me to do it.
Yeah, like, eat your fucking grapes. Like, why don't you eat grapes and shit?
All right.
Yeah. It'll be on every fucking bag in America. Because Stanley fucking told you to.
All right. Why am I doing this?
Well, because I fucking told you to. That's why. You don't have to think about nothing.
All right. I love you. That's a good idea, Stanley. It should be on every bag, every fucking store in America. You know, every piece of clothing and merchandise you can possibly think of. Why? Just a tag on there says, why? Because Stanley told you to. That's it? That's all you need to know? Really? That'd be fantastic.
I know, it's a great fucking idea. Oh, we gotta start this revolution here, guys. Revolution. Oh my God, is this guy almost over?
All right, hang on.
Said,
we gotta finish this guy off.
I've only seen what you wrote in your book, and obviously the disclosure information that came out that was unsealed. That,
right.
You know, he was going to testify that there were at least two perpetrators.
Yes.
Based on your review of the evidence, do you believe that?
Yes.
Very well.
Chris Whitcomb.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you for that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for talking.
I love you, baby. Hey.
It's important important to
Oh,
note that Chris
baby.
Whitcomb believes, let's say that Brian Koberger does go back to court and try to appeal.
Yeah, I
that
really
it would
like
be a
the
long
purple,
shot. I reached
Tyrone.
out to Ann Taylor
Oh,
to
my.
ask her about the claims that she was notified
Hey,
about
Maisie,
this
looks
potential
like
chain
you.
of custody issue with the K-Bar knife sheath.
Maisie, why are
At the
you
time of this
there?
recording, I have not heard back from her, but I should mention she has never responded to any of my emails. I will let you know if she does respond to this one. And that is it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.
All right, baby. I'll see you soon, honey. Think about my proposal. 10 o'clock, baby. I'll be there in a fedora and like a smoking jacket and shit. And I'll be smoking a cigar, and you walk in, Anjanette, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm over here, baby. I'm in the lounge area, baby. And she comes walking in with this like weird, no, not weird, with this like blue dress and shit, and like, yeah. I'm sorry, guys, I gotta go, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes tonight. All right? Okay, bye. Wish MD well, okay? Where is Deb Dame? Why is she in exile? Welcome, everybody. Who'd I miss? Who'd I miss? Master Ashley. Dame Deb. Yeah, where's Dame Deb? Missing you, Ashley. Been missing you. Where's Dame Deb? Where's Tara? Where's Tara Lynn? Love you. Deb is MIA. I get some, she emails me and stuff, so I don't know why she's not in the lives, I'm not sure. But I don't know. People disappear like I am too. Like, where's I am? We love seeing I am in here, and I don't know, disappears. I'm like, well, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know if people I don't know what the hell, what's going on. But I am. I love I am. Whenever I am's here, it's always good she here. I don't know what's going on. People just they I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Did I miss some sort of civil war that I'm not aware of? Did I miss some sort of fight that I'm not aware of? That happened somewhere? I don't know. Weird. Oh. I don't know. I don't necessarily know always the inner workings of the garden. Probably I don't. 90% of the time I don't. Yes, I heard that. Yeah, I did hear that. I know, it's sad, yeah. I know. I know. All right. Yeah. So indeed. I don't know. Am I on the blacklist? I I don't know. What's a blacklist? I don't know what do you mean? I don't know. Yikes. What is yikes? All right. Anyway. Shadowfax. What's Shadowfax? Yeah. Real quick, guys. I want to wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. Now, we haven't gotten to this yet, but yeah, I think we should look more at Whitcomb, of course. Definitely. I want to finish Conrad, though. I didn't finish him up yet, though, but just real quick with him. Just real quick.
Start drinking, go hang out with Xana, come back here, hang out with the guys.
Real quick. Mr. Conrad.
What things, where were you when you heard this had happened?
I was at the Whites.
Whose apartment is that?
Who's a Sigma Chi, who's a Sigma Chi, and a girl named who's a Pi Phi.
Who are the two Sigma Chi's?
And they're both seniors, and I've known them for and then I met up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who told you?
Dang.
Who is?
He's also a Sigma Chi.
Is it older brother? Or, no, this is David marriage. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Alright.
He's a Sigma Chi.
How did he find out about it?
I can't remember exactly how he found out. I think it was an extension of being friends with him.
You can get along with David?
Yeah, he did.
So, when you found out about it, what did you think? What was your reaction?
Well, at first I didn't believe it because, well, to give a little background, I had originally heard, we were just watching football, because it was football Sunday, we were just over there watching football, and I had seen the message that said they're investigating a homicide on King Street, and I assumed one person at first, and then I saw that it was, or heard that it was more people, and then I started texting people to see if they're okay. I texted Ethan and Xana, and then, because I knew that they were, obviously Xana lived there, Ethan was there a lot, and I was there a lot too, and then I found out that it was 4 people, and originally I'd assumed it was some sort of like freak accident, like Adele got drunk, belligerent, and, got in an altercation, someone smashed a bottle on their head, and, somehow they just died or something like that, is what I thought. And then came in, and he was like, did you hear what happened? And I was like, yeah, 4 people, like, this is crazy. And he goes, no, Ethan and Xana. And then I just kind of didn't really know what to say. I just kind of sat there for a while. And then it kind of really hit me when I had to call my mom and tell her. And then when I had to call and tell them as well. Is another Sigma Chi who's in my PC, and was the one I mentioned earlier, who was really good friends with Ethan. And neither of them live up here right now, so that's why I called them.
So after you understood the full facts that these
for in that location had been murdered with a knife. What did you think? Who did you think did it? What do you think the motive was, the circumstances were around it? I really don't have any idea. There's not a single person who I could peg as wanting to hurt Ethan or Xana. Obviously, I didn't know the other two very well. And yeah, I heard that it was a targeted attack. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you questions about the thing, but I wouldn't have assumed it was targeted towards Ethan.
You know, this is weird. You know, you're not going to say obviously. You're not going to look. There's God. They were coached. You know, maybe not. Maybe I didn't say that. Coached. But look, you're not going to say these things. Like, you're not going to phrase it. They're not that self-aware, I don't think. That's a problem with this fucking bullshit. They're not that self-aware, are they? Are they that self-aware? It's a problem with this shit. Well, obviously...
Peg as wanting to hurt Ethan or Xana.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I didn't know the other two.
Obviously, I didn't know the other two. Well...
Very well.
Very well. Well, why would you say that? See, that's what I understand is. A simple phrasing like this. Well, obviously, I didn't know the other two. Well, how's that obvious? It's not obvious to me right now. Obviously. Totally. Yeah. Like, stupid shit like that bothers me. Well, obviously. Well, I don't know if, how self-aware are you is my question here. Just a little nitpicking here.
Obviously, I didn't know the other two.
Obviously, I didn't know the other two. Very well.
And yeah, I heard that it was a targeted attack.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I'm not going to ask you questions about the thing, but
okay.
I wouldn't have assumed it was targeted towards Ethan. My assumption is that he was just collateral being there. And especially being as big of a man as he is.
Yeah.
He's a threat, whether he has a weapon or not.
Right.
So that's kind of what I assumed.
That he's
with
collateral.
That he wasn't intended to be
really?
killed, but obviously I don't know the case.
What else do you theorize?
And I'm only working off of just the information I've heard.
Oh, okay. Well, what else do you think?
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense to me.
No. Here's what you're going to say, guys. Here's what you're going to do. Hey, listen. Now, I know this is fantasy world, guys. I know we're in a comic book here, but I'm just saying the question you're going to ask at this point in time is, no. You're going to say this. That's a really good theory that you have right there. Yeah, we were thinking about that as well. So, no. What else do you think about that? What else do you think happened here? Because you know what? We were thinking the same way you were. We were thinking it was like, yeah, Ethan wasn't the target at all. No, you're exactly right. We think, too, he was collateral damage. Yeah, absolutely. Your theory is spot on at this point, my friend. Right? No. What else? Because we're trying to fill in the blanks here, right? We're trying to fill in the gaps of what we don't know, right? So if you're a good homicide investigator, this is what you would say in this moment. You would say these things, I would think. No. We're trying to get somebody's theory about what happened in this case because we don't really have any. And you telling us that Ethan was just, collateral damage, right? That's important to me. I want to know what you think about that. Ethan being collateral damage. That's specific to me. That means something. See? That's how you investigate little schmucks like this. With their orange, curly, sometimes blonde hair when they're driving past a crime scene. And Molly McMichael perhaps sees this little character driving right past the crime scene at 1 a.m. Right? Didn't she describe what he looked like? Just like that. Same kind of fucking hair. Anyway, be careful what you wish for. You sometimes may get the greatest of all time. And the greatest of all time, despite the low production value, okay? Look, we in the ghetto, okay, man? Despite the low production value, we are the greatest of all fucking time. Don't fucking forget it, Garden, because you are the greatest of all time. And because of that, guess what? There are no fucking ailments in the garden. No. Leave that. No, that shit is done. That shit disappear. You walk in here and that shit, you got to leave that shit disappearing. You got to let all that go. Let it all fucking go. It's going to evaporate and let it go. Let it go. That's right, baby. But sometimes Tyrone, well, it's not necessarily Tyrone. No, I don't think it's even Stanley, really. I don't think it's any of that. I think it's very difficult to say this, but difficult to think this, right? How do you put it? Very difficult. Very difficult. It's one thing to be open-minded and free of thinking, okay? If you're going to consider yourself open-minded and free of thought, okay, that's good. However, that has somehow been mixed up here in, I don't know, well, it's been going on for a while. Like several years. You can point out all the flaws with something. You can say this particular thing. Here are all the flaws with this particular thing that we're thinking about. How horrible it is, and all the flaws contained within it. Right? Because we're so open-minded and free of thought, we can think about all the problems with this piece of glass and the candle that burns before us. Because we are free of thought and we're open-minded. All right? I can point out all the problems. Weird. Yeah. It's strange. It's very strange what's going on here. It's been going on for a while. It's been going on for a very long time. Social media is a really big problem in this equation. It is. Social media definitely is in this equation. Big time. There are so many things, I think, that have transpired, that have happened rapidly, okay, that they have been so, the speed at which they sort of come and go and are accepted has accelerated to a very rapid pace. And what happens is these things that get accelerated and accepted because they are important and we have to, that has sped up over the past several years. That's a huge problem. That's a big problem. And if you think about it I'm thinking about it from this perspective. I'm thinking about it from a biological perspective. Animal biology, human, okay? That's the perspective I'm thinking about this. Biology, human. There is madness. See, there is madness. And there's always been madness. The problem with this is when you mix madness with hope, okay, it produces this endless, like, tornado of change of some sort or not, right? But you're always going to be stuck in between these two things. This has been happening now for many, many years, guys. For a long time. So, crazy. Now, it's like whatever news or whatever anything that is important, and this is what's scary about when things get diluted when things get diluted in their reality, that's a scary thing. Scary thing. And that's what you and I have been experiencing now for probably the good past 10 years. Maybe more. But at least 10. Okay. You probably stretch out for whatever, but at least 10. There doesn't, how do you put this, guys? How do you put this shit? There doesn't need to be a normalcy jump. There doesn't need to be some sort of radical normalcy jump in politics or religion or whatever we're talking about here. Think about this. There doesn't have to be this ginormous, dramatic normalcy play, jump. This all started, right? When did it start? See, we can still be fucking assholes. You see, that's the thing. We can still be assholes and we could still be jerks to each other and still be dickheads or whatever, right? But it's all going to be, probably what we call part of what we'd see normally, or the normal play that we all fucking have to deal with at times. But somewhere along the line, what happened was we took this normalcy play and we had to dramatize it about 7 fucking million times over. Now it's this every day seems like there's some more and more bullshit, right? So we took this ginormous leap between a normalcy play of stressors and bullshit and negative things and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden we had to pour gasoline on that to turn it into a constant fucking drama. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line, somebody decided that they wanted to pour gasoline on the emotions of what we consider, like the normal part of this country. Let's just keep it to this, right? So, but for some reason, somebody has to come along here and throw gasoline on everybody's emotions to whatever you feel is important in your life. And that is not somebody we need here. That is absolutely unnecessary. And that transcends politics. Do you understand? That transcends politics. Because we don't need anybody coming in pouring gasoline on your wounds, nor my wounds, right? And your wounds are different than mine. They may be similar in some ways, right? But your wounds are probably going to be different. However, the same gasoline is being poured on yours as well. So it transcends politics, right? It's still the same fucking gasoline being poured here. And I want people to, I love you, and we are the greatest. So we need to consider these things. Consider it. Fuck it. We know what the issues are. The thing is, here, you know what the problem is, guys? We know what the issues are. We know what the overall problem is. I think we do. But structurally, I think we also know that that's almost going to be an impossibility. I mean, really. So what do you do? All right, I think we're self-aware enough to know what goes to the heart of the issues. But when you look at the structure that surrounds these issues, we've come a long way, my loves and my lords and lads and dudes. We've come a long way from farmers and part-time fucking, whatever, shopkeepers and shit. But a lot of farmers, we've come a long way from that. We've come a long way from where we started from. Part-time politicians. People who are not meant to serve for the rest of their fucking lives in politics. We've come a long way from that. Farmers. part-time people, volunteers perhaps, come a long way. Not in good ways. Well, anyway, no, whatever. Fuck you. Even I get wrapped up in the morality as well. It's just, it's just bizarro. Anyway, quick break. We have to wrap this up, my love. Then we have to go on a Thomas fucking Jefferson fucking tirade. Why do you push me to the limits? God damn you all. God damn you all. It's just a system. That's all it is. It's just a system. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. We have to have order, structure. There has to be some entity that is structured and ordered. There has to be something like that above us. Has to be. Structured, ordered. Anyway, there always has to be some hierarchy. Always. Why? Are we not bees then? Are we not bees? Are we not bees? I think we are. What's the thing? Oh, I don't know. I guess it's about the lesson. You have to learn the lesson. And what if I learn one? But then you have to fucking do it again. Well, how am I going to do that? I can't remember what. Well, how am I supposed to learn anything? All right. I don't get it. How am I supposed to learn something, guys? Anyway, let me know. Leave the comments down below. Yeah, all right. Well, what's the point? Well, you're supposed to learn a lesson. All right. Well, how am I supposed to learn a lesson? How am I supposed to learn a lesson, guys? That's a great question. Hey, listen. Well, I should probably call up Jimmy Page at this point. But how? Speaking of Jimmy Page, all right. I've been thinking of Jimmy Page now seriously hard here for a while this year. So anyway, just thinking about Mr. Jimmy Page. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I hope that doesn't mean nothing. But Mr. Jimmy's been popping up in my thoughts quite a bit lately. I don't know, guys. If you're, how are you going to learn a lesson? I don't know. How do you think that out? I don't know. How am I supposed to learn a lesson? Look, if I'm not, if people say reincarnation is a joke, is not real, well, then how am I supposed to learn anything? Like, give me a break. Like, you know what I'm saying? How does this work? How am I supposed to learn a lesson? You give me, look, for some reason, I'm a fucking human being walking around for whatever, 60, 70 years, whatever, 50, whatever, 20 years, whatever. But, so what? I mean, so what's my lesson? I don't know. Stupid to me. What? If I only get one go round at it, well, what's the fuck? What are you trying to teach me? Well, gee. I don't think it's about teaching anything at all. That's stupid. That's a stupid premise. Really dumb premise. You ain't teaching nothing. Well, fucking, how am I? You ain't imparting nothing on me at fucking 5 years old. What the fuck's that about? No, that's dumb. That's fucking dumb. Anyway, holes in the sky. That's what we call this segment. It's called Holes in the Sky. Okay. The great computer will take over. Stop, Master Nature. He'll die. Who? Wait, who will die? I'm not trying to... Who's going to die? Oh, you're right. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, you're correct. Oh, no, I love Jimmy. Jimmy's not going to... Jimmy... No, I'm sorry. Jimmy's not going to die this year. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I do tend to predict the right things here, but... No, you're right. No, Jimmy's not going to die. No. Nope. Jimmy's going to do some spell and... All right. I really want to play this, but it's totally not the right tone for this, though, guys. I'm not going to play Jimmy. I should play Jimmy. Oh, God. Nah, Jimmy ain't not going to die. However... I always liked this one. I'll play this for you. You ain't gonna guess it in a million fucking years. But I'm gonna play it for you. Come on, what's the name of it? Yeah. Now you're gonna dig this, all right? Oh, what is it? Come on. Oh, yeah, there you are. Hopefully you lose this. Not sure about this. Come on, what is this? I can stop. All right, baby. All right, baby. Oh yeah, now we'll. Oh yeah, all right. Taste you doing it clean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hey, you know what we're talking. Hey, I'm gonna put you in a. I'm gonna put you in the spotlight. Yeah, that's what. But hang on now. I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta. Well, we're gonna take a break. Now I gotta put you in this. What is this now? What kind of light I'm putting you in here? Now hang on now. I know it's cool. Watch this shit though. Watch this shit. Hang on. I gotta put you in purple here, baby. Look, I'm gonna put you in purple here. Hang on. If I can get the fucking thing on. All right, hang on. Oh, there we go. That ain't working. That ain't working. That ain't working at all. What the fuck? There you go. All right. Now, don't forget to call Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie.
Go down the road. My daughter, hang on. I'm just passing through, alright. Masternature. I'll have to get you, hang on here. It's getting late. Let me vacillate and vacillate.
It must be getting late, don't you know? Of course you know these things. You ain't kept in the cream in the dark, in the white light. Oh, yes, we was vacillating. Aspirate on our own blood for hours and hours and hours. Aspirating. Yes. Oh, this is for the fall. You know what? I could not resist. Jimmy Page lives to see another day, of course, but this is for the fall. It's always for them. 77. Of course. We've seen this before. We'll probably see it again. I love you, babies. All right. Think about this. Think about it. I think this represents the fall pretty well. Well, to some degree. I love it, but hey, we're almost getting to Friday, baby. Think about that. We're gonna coast on into Friday like it's fucking nothing, baby. That's when we say fuck off, baby. We say fuck off. You know that? Don't mind the chest wound. Hey, Ethan, how you doing, baby? I think about you. You know that? I think about you, baby. Yes, I do. Hotel, motel, business, suit, pleasure. Yeah. Mr. G, Gaby. Oh yeah, you know. Hey, Diddley, where you at?
What I'm trying to do is
I love you, baby.
give back a little of what I've been lucky enough to get.
That's right, baby.
Which is
we give it right on back to him.
Alive.
That's right, baby.
Thanks to a lot of other people.
That's right.
I got a job. I mean,